Welcome to our exploration of Galatians 4, a profound chapter that delves into the themes of spiritual freedom and inheritance through faith in Jesus Christ. Today, we embark on a journey to understand how these ancient words hold timeless relevance. In Galatians 4, the Apostle Paul paints a vivid picture of spiritual transformation. He begins by comparing a child heir, who is treated like a servant until they come of age, to how humanity was once under the control of worldly principles. Before the arrival of Jesus, people were bound by the law, much like children under guardianship. But when the time was right, God sent his Son, born under the law, to redeem those under it, allowing them to become God's children. This is the essence of spiritual freedom, no longer slaves, but sons and heirs of God. Paul's message is clear. Through faith in Jesus, we are liberated from the constraints of the law. Yet he expresses concern for the Galatians, who seem to be reverting to old practices. Before knowing God, they were enslaved by false gods. Now, having embraced the truth, Paul urges them not to turn back to weak and powerless principles. He fears that their return to observing special days and rituals might undo his hard work in guiding them towards true freedom. This struggle between law and grace is a central conflict in Galatians 4. Paul reminds the Galatians of the deep bond they shared when he first brought them the gospel. Despite his weaknesses, they welcomed him with open arms. But now, they view him as an enemy for speaking the truth. Paul is perplexed and saddened by this change, warning them about those who seek to lead them astray. He encourages them to remain steadfast in their faith and not be swayed by false teachings. To further illustrate his point, Paul uses the story of Abraham's two sons as an analogy. One son was born to a servant, symbolizing those under the law, while the other was born to a free woman, representing those born by God's promise. This powerful analogy serves as a reminder that, like Isaac, believers are children of the promise. They are free, not bound by the old law. As we reflect on these teachings, we are reminded of the importance of embracing our spiritual freedom. The message of Galatians 4 is as relevant today as it was in Paul's time. It challenges us to examine our own lives and consider whether we are living as heirs of God or if we are still bound by old, limiting beliefs. In conclusion, Galatians 4 calls us to a life of faith and freedom. It urges us to let go of the past and fully embrace our identity as children of God. As we navigate our spiritual journeys, let us hold fast to the truth of the gospel and resist the temptation to revert to old ways. May we find inspiration in Paul's words and live as true heirs of the promise, experiencing the fullness of spiritual freedom. Thank you for joining us in this exploration of Galatians 4. We hope this reflection has inspired you to delve deeper into the scriptures and discover the transformative power of faith. Until next time, may you walk in the freedom and grace that comes from knowing Jesus Christ.